What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're diving into an Orvar's Giant Reflection deck. That's right, Orvar may seem tiny in this card, but don't get me wrong, he casts a reflection the size of the Washington Monument. You know what I mean? It's huge. Anyways, Orvar the All-Form is going to be the card that we're focusing on today. And first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to Wizards of the Coast for giving us access to the pre-release event. Without them, I wouldn't be able to play all these awesome decks, all these awesome cards early. Also, thanks to you, the audience, because without you being here to support me, they would have never noticed me to, well, send me the invite, right? So thank you, thank them, thank me for being here and doing this, right? Anyways, Orvar the All-Form, 4 mana, 3/3 changeling, which means it is all creature types. It's every creature type. It's a giant, it's a rat, it's all of them. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets one or more other permanents you control, create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents. What does that mean? Essentially, if I have a Bone Crusher on the board and I use Fire Giant's Fury on that Bone Crusher, we're going to get an extra Bone Crusher. Make sense? Furthermore, whenever a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard this card, you can create a token that's a copy of target permanent. Which is, again, really strong, given generally you would just have to discard the card. Now, instead, you're going to discard this card and then get a free Calamity Bearer out of it. So, yeah, quadruple damage. Who wins now, opponent? Right? So Orvar the All-Form, really strong card, and it's even stronger when you couple it with this shell of a deck that is going to be busting people's jaws left and right. And that's going to be, is it Giants sort of splash Rakdos? Because we also have Kroxa. Now, I kept asking myself, is it worth it to splash the Kroxa? And I think at the end of the day, I came to the answer, well, heck yeah, man. Kroxa is so strong, 6/6 for 2 mana. It's hard to beat that, not to mention the fact that whenever it comes into the battlefield, it's going to deal that 3 damage. If you can copy it with Orvar, sure, the extra copies aren't going to stay on the battlefield. They are going to destroy your opponent's hand completely, right? And potentially deal a whole lot of damage. Now, looking at a few other cards that are very new in this deck, because I don't want to focus on the old, I want to focus on the new. We have Glimpse, the Cosmos, 2 mana sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. We've seen a lot of effects like this before, sometimes instant speed, you know, we've seen anticipates, all that kind of stuff. What makes this special, though, is as long as you control a giant, you can cast this card from the graveyard by only paying 1 mana, which means you can pay this, have a Bone Crusher on the field, pay 1 mana, and you get to use it all over again. So it's essentially like having 6 copies of this card in your deck, except the other 3 are reduced to only 1 mana, which is insanely good. It's an uncommon, which means everyone should and could and will pick this card up if you're playing Giants, right? We have 4, excuse me, voice crack. We have 4 copies of Mystic Reflection. I can't stress how good this card is and how little I've seen it, and how sad that makes me, really. Not only is it good offensively, you're throwing down a Kroxa, 2 mana card that would generally just immediately sacrifice itself. Okay, use your foretold Mystic Reflection, select your Calamity Bearer, and now Kroxa enters as an additional Calamity Bearer, allowing you to again quadruple your damage, right? Even entering it as a Bone Crusher means you have a creature that's going to be sticking on the field, and so in defensive situations, it can be exactly what you need. Again, you can take out someone's Yugen, someone's Elder Gargaroth, someone's Icebreaker Kraken, whatever you want to call it, whatever big creature they're trying to play. You just select the tiniest thing on the field, and this will turn that into a teeny tiny thing. So it's good offensively, it's good defensively, and I think a lot of people should be picking it up, but they're not. So make sure you're one of those that is, rather than not, right? I won't say off the bat, off the rip, don't go pick it up first card, but it should definitely be in your arsenal. Next up, we have Fire Giant's Fury, 2 mana sorcery, going to give target giant you control +2/+2, and going to give them trample. Furthermore, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you're going to exile that many cards, that being the number of damage, from the top of your library until the end of your next turn. You can play those cards. So it's really good at restocking your whole hand, and it's only 2 mana. And since you're targeting a creature, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to proc the Orvar. So you're getting +2/+2, you're getting a copied creature, and you're getting a whole lot of card advantage because you're able to look at 6 cards, right? Or however much damage your giant deals. Next up, we have 2 copies of Forbidden Friendship. I didn't actually get to test this fully in the deck, but I think it'll be pretty good. So 2 mana, create a 1/1 red dinosaur creature token with haste, and a 1/1 white human creature token. Now you couple this with Mystic Reflection, and targeting a giant of any kind, and you essentially have 2 copies of any kind of giant that you want come down onto the board, which is insanely effective. Not only that, you have a great target for if your opponent tries to get down to Yugen, you can simply select the red dinosaur or the 1/1 white human creature token and turn that Yugen into that, right? Rather than turning it into a Bone Crusher giant or whatever else. Next up, we have Invasion of the Giants, a card I probably should have had more than just 2 copies of in this deck, but maybe just 3. I won't say 4 copies, as it will make your turn 2 kind of slow when you could have, you know, card draw with Glimpse, or you could have Bone Crusher action or Foretelling action or whatever. So first step, Scry 2, great, gaining information, you'll hear me say it a million times, is fantastic in this game. Step 2, draw a card, then you may reveal a giant card from your hand. When you do, Invasion of the Giants deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. You're getting card draw almost for free. You're getting to deal 2 damage, which can help you win the game, or potentially planeswalker removal, which is really good. So not bad, given it's 2 mana. And then lastly, this part I really enjoy. The next giant spell you cast costs 2 less. The next giant spell you cast this turn, costs 2 less, which is really good, right? Bone Crusher can come down for 1 mana. Calamity Bearer come down for 2 mana. Orvar come down for 2 mana because it is technically a giant as well, right? It's changeling. Now this doesn't really affect the Kroxa, but I mean, Crocus is in its own little world over there, let's be real. We have 4 copies of Sot coming to help us counter the opponent's shenanigans that they may be trying to do to remove our stuff. We have Bone Crusher Giant, right, to remove the opponent's creatures, and of course a 4/3 body that we can copy is always nice. It is also going to cost the opponent 2 life if they want to try and remove it or target it. Orvar, we've talked about. Calamity Bearer, 4 mana for this 3/4. If a giant source you control would deal damage to a player or permanent, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead, which is insanely good. And as I mentioned, you can have multiple of these down on the field. So with your Orvar, you're generally going to be trying to copy Calamity Bearer, right? Because you have 2 of them down, you're going to quadruple your damage. You have 3 of them down, you're going to octuple your damage. I think that's how that's said, right? Times it by 8. If you have 4 of them, you're going to, 16 times, your damage, which is just insane at that point. Next up, we have Reflections of Littjara. So this is why it's Orvar's Giant Reflection. It's not just because we have Mystic Reflection, we also have Reflections of Littjara. 5 mana enchantment. I laughed when this card was first pulled because I was like, oh, that's kind of broken, but I don't think it'll ever actually see play because it's 5 mana, and when does a 5 mana enchantment see play? There was Mirror March, and that was a joke. But this is so much better than Mirror March. When it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. We're going to choose Giant. Obviously, all of our creatures are Giants. So every time we play a Giant, we just get to copy it. We play a Calamity Bearer, we have 2. We play a Bone Crusher, we have 2. We play Orvar, well, that doesn't really work the same. I mean, it does, but it's not going to be beneficial, right? So really good effect. And for 2 off in the deck, it's super fun. It's super duper fun. And it's a great way to just win the game. You drop Reflections, you drop a Giant. It's hard for your opponent to come back when you're gaining 2 creatures off of 3 mana or off of 4 mana or whatever you may have it. Quakebringer, again, you can foretell it. That's really nice, reducing the effect. Also kind of taking it out of your hands so your opponent can't make you discard it or can't, whatever, interrupt it. 2 copies of Battle of Frost and Fire. This is going to be some board wipe, which is nice. You can't always just go through winning all the games without any hiccups. So this is going to take out all those small creatures, deal 4 damage to each non-giant creature and each planeswalker. So it's also a planeswalker wipe. Furthermore, you're going to get the Scry 3 after that. And then whenever you cast a spell with converted mana cost 5 or greater this turn, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. You got the Quakebringer, you got the Reflections, you have another Battle Frost Fire. You're not really too concerned with that step 3. You're mostly looking at the board wipe and the Scry 3. I think that alone makes this worth 5 mana. If you get the 3rd step, cool beans, man. Cool beans. So as far as our lands go, we are very red-blue. Probably could take out this 1 swamp. It messed me up in a game, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little salty about it. So maybe that's why I'm saying that. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. If you've enjoyed, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the most important thing. We're coming up on 10,000 subs, which of course means we have a whole slew of subscriber-based achievement, landmark, goal, reward things to do or whatever. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button so you can be along here with us for that. And yeah, hit that like, hit that comment, and I will see you in the matches. We to go first. We have hardly any lands, but I like the hand. Do I keep it just for the other cards? Sure. Sure. Now I'm going to throw this down as red mana. I'm not playing this down as black mana quite yet. I know we have the Kroxa, but if we find another blue 2 mana spell kind of play, I might just leave it. No? Calamity Bearer? Alright, well, let's hit the Kroxa then. Another one of these snowy mono green decks, huh? I guess it could also be Sultai. We'll see. We shall see. We need to find some lands. We could also go ahead and foretell our Saw It Coming. That might have been the play we should have done. Just foretell the Saw It Coming. Like, get down blue mana, foretell Saw It Coming, and try for the black mana a little bit later on. Well, either way, we can go ahead and foretell this card now. We are stuck at 2 lands. That's not a not a great place to be, but we'll see if we can't make a little bit of a comeback as far as that goes. I'm thinking it's Sultai, right? Because they have Of One Mind over here. Jorn. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. 2 lands. Fun. Fun. Fun magic. Fun magic. Dark Boar Pathway. I like that as well. Shouldn't you tap all your lands before you untap? Hiya! Take my Bone Crusher to the face! Why didn't they use the Faceless Haven there? Oh, and then we draw into the 1 swamp we have in the deck after I use my blue mana? It's alright. I like it when that happens. I mean, alright, on the bright side, if we find more red mana and we get enough cards in our graveyard, it does allow our Kroxa to come down. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, we only have 1 swamp in the deck, so that shouldn't happen to you. This shouldn't happen to you. Oh, lordy. Hey, there we go. Now, unfortunately, because that whole double swamp fiasco, we can't get the Calamity Bearer down like I would like to. We are going to go ahead and grab red mana instead of blue mana. I'm sorry, I said we couldn't get the Calamity Bearer down. We can't get the Calamity Bearer down without costing ourselves the ability to have blue mana for the reflections. I feel like I should have fully synthesized that sentence. Anyways, Jorn, leave our Calamity Bearer alone, please. You don't have to fight it this time. You can chill. Get it? Because it's a snow permanent. Oh, I'm so funny. Also, because it's the God of Winter. Like, man, there's so many puns just laced in all this snow stuff. Y'all better believe there's going to be so many ice-breaking puns in this next set. Like, bam, video opens and pun. Magic, mana screwing for 25 years. Yeah. What is up, Scrymaglin? Scrymaglin? I think I'm saying that wrong. And Azrael, what is up? Is this Rakdos Giants? It's supposed to be more so like, is it giant? Like, is it copying Giants? If that makes sense. Well, we just double charge the Calamity Bearer? We don't... I need the Orvar. Whatever. Double Calamity, no problem. No problem. Get them. They can double block here, but I will take out their Jorn in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Bam! 12 damage to the face. Are you sure that's what you wanted to do? Just take it on the chin like a champ. What? Oh, because you're a god, right? You're not a human. What you doing looking like a human there, Jorn? Confusing me. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Double Calamity for the quadruple damage. Am I right? Give me a Bone Crusher. We'll end this game in a heartbeat. Well, yeah, Scrimglin. Can I just call you Scry? Scrum. I smell a giant, FIFA fofum. I feel like we blocked the Jorn, but I feel like they gotta have something here, right? No? That was it? Okay. They're just building up a solid wall so I can't punch through. Oh, please. Please have a land. Have a land in hand. Be a lad and have a land in hand. Come on. Come on. You know it's a land. Oh! Oh, what? If a giant source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. This is a giant source that dealt damage, right? I guess it's because it's the ability and not the actual card. Man, that's some shenanigans. That's some shenanigans. We still haven't seen any blue mana, I'd just like to say. Oh, it gives it trample? And gains trample. Well, son of a bitch. We could have just double fire giants on both of our calamities and we would have had enough damage, right? Because that would have been 15 damage each. They don't have that kind of block. They have 3, 6, 8, 10. Oh, and then, you know, a little bit extra. A little bit extra there on the side, of course. Whatever. We still got another Fire Giant's Fury. They're still going to have to hella block here, and they're still top decking, so. Whatever. Whatever. That ain't going to be enough. That ain't going to be enough. Is it? Surely it's not, right? I don't want to deal 4 to you. I don't need to deal 4 damage to you. I deal triple damage. Why can't I reduce this? That's shenanigans. I guess it's because only, like, it doesn't deal that damage until that damage is dealt. Does that make sense? So you don't deal the 16 damage until Calamity Bearer actually touches it, so it doesn't know, like, to send the rest through. Because technically you don't have any extra. Whatever. I got another Fire Giant's Fury for the next turn. I got Krosa. Can they end us here? They can get dangerously close. Dangerously close. Down to 1. Oh, wait. Then I have Krosa. Oh, if they have a land in hand, I'm going to be so happy. And if they don't, I'm going to be so sad. Happy or sad? What is it? Let's see. Land? Land? No! By the 1. All because I didn't realize that this gave trample. Just all attack. Don't be a nasty word. Just all attack. Come on. Alright. GG. We all know what's going to happen. Fuck them. Human token 713. It's hard to keep up with all you human tokens nowadays. One is just like the rest. I like this hand. I like this hand. We have a solid amount of land. I don't like the double fabled. I wish just one fabled. And I wish kind of that this was the 2-mana saga, not the 5-mana saga. But again, I'll take it. It's board wipe, scry, all that good stuff. We got the Bone Crusher and the Fire Giant's Fury, and now that I know that this gives trample. Have we played an Orvar yet? Nope, it's in this deck, but we have not played one. I'm about to go crank it up. However many copies we got, I'm about to go throw a couple more. But nope, we've not even seen Orvar yet. Whenever I was building these decks, I was like, let's build real decks this pre-release event, you know? I always go in and there you go, have that one. I always go in and I'm like, oh, this will be fun, and I build these super crazy zany decks that never get to do everything that I want them to, essentially. But this time I was like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and take out the acquisition so I don't have any sacrifice my creature, fizzle your bone crusher kind of shit. But this time I went in and I was like, no, I'm gonna build fun, good decks. Another acquisition expert. Come on, bruh. Come on. Orvar is playing Sha. Yeah, that's right, Pedro. He's just hiding out. I mean, and hell, I would be Sha too. You're the only non-giant creature in the deck, you know? You got all these big stomping monsters around you. They're, Lord knows, they're probably disgusting. Sorry, giants. I hate to put you out like that, but I've never seen a clean giant. Alright, let's just go blue. We're going to be able to choose something else next turn anyway, so it's not really a big deal. And then foretell. Wait a minute. Can you foretell in your opponent's turn? During your turn. Okay. Well, that answered it really quickly. Really quickly. What was I saying? Oh yeah, disgusting giants. Right? I'm sure he doesn't want to... Look! Bastard! Stay out of my hand. This is actually, this is all that this card does, or this deck does, isn't it? Play this kind of stuff. Play this kind of shenanery. This is interesting. I really want the reflections, don't get me wrong. God, I'm gonna regret this. But you know what? We're here to have fun. Let's have fun, huh? He's a giant at heart. If not in type. I mean, he actually is a giant. He's a little bit of everything, you know? Let's go ahead and foretell our Quakebringer. I know I'm being a little slow to get our giants down here, but I know the opponent's got something spicy cooked up for me, like really spicy, you know? And so I want to have my Saw It Coming mana available so I can see it coming and counter it. Hey, Doctor, with every new stream you make, you are looking more and more like a musketeer. Oh, well, that is the goal eventually. Just call me D'Artagnan. That was always my favorite one. He was the new one, right, to the group? At least, okay, and I should preface, heck no, man. I should preface this. My only actual interaction, experience, blah, 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 with the Three Musketeers outside of the candy bar, which is delicious. Not my favorite, but you know, if somebody's offering it, I'll take it, is the movie that came out, I want to say either late 80s or in the mid 90s. It could have been early 2000s, could have been late 90s, I don't know. But it's the Three Musketeers where they're like, they have the big poofy 80s haircut. You know what I mean? You're like, this is supposed to be the Three Musketeers, but y'all also look straight out of some like Grease. Alright. Quakebringer! It's time for some reflecting. Are y'all ready? Everybody should be reflecting on how they're feeling about this set right about now. How does it make you feel, human token? Oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? I should have tapped all of our red mana. Oh no, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. So fine. You so fine, Quakebringer? Another Fire Giant's Fury, or do I want the black mana? We only have... Oh, that could have been... But we used it as blue. We could copy our Kroxa here. I'm going to take the Fire Giant's Fury. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? If I do draw into an Orvar, these will be just delicious. Scrumdiddlyumptious. I like when I tell my brain, like, okay, this is the word we're about to say. Like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or scrumdiddlyumptious. And I'm like, all right, brain, now you process that and send it out in proper order. But then when it comes to like three-letter names, I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? How does the brain keep up with the supercalif blah, 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 and not the whatever it is? Have you seen The Man in the Iron Mask? Man in the Iron Mask. I don't think so. Okay. Is that a Tarantino movie? I might be thinking of something completely different. I should have put this one in the graveyard, right? I actually should have put that one. Well, hey, they did it for us. No biggie. No big deal. They got me for real. Bone Crusher to the rescue. Well, we're gonna use those Fire Giant Furies. You mark my words. They will come down eventually. More removal. Wow, you got a lot of removal, human token. Hey, but that one's gonna cost you. Gonna cost you 2. Let's see what they top deck. Or, I mean, they can also use Castle. Elderfang Disciple? Sure. They're probably getting real tired of seeing my Kroxas discarded, I'm not gonna lie. Three Musketeers, 1993 with Charlie Sheen. Oh, man, you know what? You might be right. I think Charlie Sheen was in that movie. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's... That's so disgusting. I mean, I like Charlie Sheen in 2.5 Men, and, you know, don't get me wrong. It has his places, you know, but... Oh, man. Forgot all about Charlie Sheen. Alright, give me something good here. Mystic Reflections and a Bone Crusher. Actually, 2 Bone Crushers! Yeah, I'm gonna have... Was he really in that movie? God. I saw him in... You know, because you see actors when you're, like, growing up or whenever you're a teenager. Oh, wait, good game. Oh, there we go. Whew. You see it. God damn it, we have 2 lands. No, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. We have the Orvar. It's sold. No takesy backsies. No takesies backsies. So we're probably going to go for the invasion of the Giants here over the Kroxa. I really like the Forbidden Friendship. Not right now. I need land. I need land, game. I need lands. By the way. Oh, these are like giants coming in. When you look at it from back here, at least to me, it kind of looked like stormtroopers. Opponent's playing poison. I need some lands next turn so I can get Orvar down and then Fire Giant's Fury onto the Bone Crusher. We're going to copy the Bone Crusher. Let's do it. Ylimatato. Ylimatato. Holy snaps, we found the land. I know we're going to need double red later for stuff, but I also have the option of getting down Kroxa. You know what I mean? Like Orvar Kroxa. No, I'm not doing it though. I'm definitely going Orvar, copy, Bone Crusher here. Get them! Unfortunately, we can't really play these cards right now, but it's nice to have them. Nice to see them. Hi, what you doing? Look at all these lands we got out of there. Oh, Mystic Reflection. That's good for us. That's good, good, good. Yeah, swing in with your fin. I'll block that like no tomorrow. We gotta let this happen. I'm not blocking with that 4-3. Nah, I'd rather you use actual removal on it. Pew! Poison. I like that. That's so cool. Shoots like a little arrow. Pew! Doesn't do anything to you until you get to 10, though, so don't worry. Don't worry your little heads. Okay, so if I play this, play Kroxa, I have 1 mana left over. Ooh, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, I think I still want to do it, though. So let's choose you. You like my Bone Crusher army? Oh, snap. They're just going to take it on the chin? That's a little crazy. I do like the deck, though. I think it's a fair deck. I think we could slim it up and make it a little bit better, for sure, if we took out some of the fun stuff. I don't know why they went for that. Because I think we got him now. Ho ho! Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. To me. Merry Christmas to me. So that's GG. I mean, hell, it's GG without the Calamity Bearer, but with it, it's even more fun. Alright, we got Orvar down. We finally did the thing that we came here to do, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Davis, oh no. Jim Davis is actually really good at Magic. I want my Giants. Where are my freaking Giants? I've seen these reflections twice now. We're going to keep this hand because I got good faith in it, but... Little Quakebringer Axarino coming out later. I can't English today. I've been trying so hard for so long. You know, I wonder how many other people, other content creators see my name and they're like, hey, that's that guy. Instead of being like, who the fuck's that? By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon that pops out afterwards. If you're watching on Twitch, be sure you hit that follow button. Thank you all, by the way, for showing up, showing your support today, tonight, whatever time it may be. I do appreciate it, especially when I'm here acting like a fool for no good reason. By the way, for everyone that's been watching since the beginning, this is coffee that I made for myself at the beginning of this. Hold up. Subscribe to draw card. Blah 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 blah. I'm not fooling myself this time. I'm not setting the Kroxa up. Let's do this. So yeah, that's coffee that I made before this stream ever started, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna want some coffee. It's gonna be a long one. I'm gonna need to be excuse me, pepped up and energized. Y'all have only seen me pick up that cup like 2 times. I just keep talking, so I don't have time to shut the heck up and drink some coffee. I also have a cup of water here, so don't worry. I'm not just being unhealthy. I got water. I got coffee, covering all my bases. My voice is going out. That's certainly not a fun thing. I like this party deck they have going on here. Like it a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Alright. 4 mana. I really want to get that Reflections down before I cast any of my Giants, I'm not going to lie, but we don't really have that option, so it's fine. They're just beating the crap out of us, man. Ooh, our Giant, or our Quakebringer costs 2 less. I forgot about the end of that Invasions of the Giants little play there. I would love to get down Quakebringer and Bone Crusher, but I just can't, you know? If we get down Bone Crusher, we still have access to the Saw It Coming as well as the Glimpse the Cosmos. I think we go for Bone Crusher here. If I use this, I can still use it again, right? Tap those two. I think we need to leave the mana for Saw It Coming. I think if they play the right card here, they just got lethal on us, so. Has there been a Winota deck yet? There's not. I've actually, like, I kept thinking about Winota, but there's so many new cards that I kind of wanted to fill out the field, so to speak, to see which of the new creatures I really like, to know what I want to either play into Winota or grab out with Winota. Does that make sense? So there's some combination, some cards and all that stuff that I know I will get to. Having some blocking issues. All right, give me the board wipe that we got. No, Calamity Bearer. We're still gonna lose if we play that. All right, good game. Couldn't quite find it. We stayed at 4 mana for too long. I'm gonna keep this just because we have Glimpse the Cosmos. That's it. Liliana's Disciples. I like that name. Yeah, wow. It's so strange. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because I've never seen Charlie Sheen be serious, you know? And that's serious Charlie Sheen. That's that's so crazy. Well, yeah, I'll take the red mana, thanks. We could have the potential of a Quakebringer next turn. I think I'm just going to foretell the Saw It Coming on our next turn. We can foretell the Quakebringer and have mana for Saw It Coming, so that way we can set ourselves up if we do hit red mana after that. Nighthawk Scavenger. What? There's some red mana, actually. We could also have our Quakebringer come down as a Nighthawk Scavenger, or... Okay. Let's try and do this properly, shall we? Aha! Have you run into Teferi's dealer? Teferi's dealer? I don't think so. What's he look like? Is he sketchy? Does he have the hookup? Binding the Old Gods. Damn you! How many cards we got in our graveyard? That's not enough. That is not enough. Alright, you're forcing my hand. It's Quakebringer action time. Shovel. Oh, it's a Death Touch deck. Well, I'll be. You just leave my Quakebringer alone, poor Flavor? Indeed they do. Cool beans. Kablamo. Straight to the face. Do I have a Quakebringer in the graveyard? No, it's just that one on the board. And this one in hand. Alright, so I have this Sot coming, I have this Sot coming, I have this Glimpse. I think I do want this as blue mana. I know black mana puts us closer to Kroxa, but a little far away. So that is a Sot coming. So let's go ahead and use this, I think. Another Mystic Reflections. That could allow our Bone Crusher to come down as a flyer and deal with their Nighthawk Scavenger. Or our Quakebringer, rather. All right. We're in a sticky situation here, but I think if we can get a few more... Ooh, that Death Touch is not good for us. Saw it coming, and then I countered it. Now they might... Oh no, even if they have a Heartless Act, this guy's got a counter on it, doesn't? A bounty counter. Right, so they wouldn't be able to use that. Alright, we gotta take this damage. 6... You gonna boast? Indeed they are. Alright, so what do we need here? We can use our Mystic Reflection, choose their Nighthawk, have our other Quakebringer enter as a Nighthawk, which gives us some life gain and that whole shenanery. I think we gotta foretell that and have double counter magic available. Alright. This is stressful. Stressful, stressful, stressful. Oh, I said we had 2 Sot Comings. We most certainly did not. I don't know where I got that crazy notion. There's Orvar, bastard. Too little, too late, huh? All right. Hanging on by a thread. Hanging on by a thread. Boast ability looks pretty rad. Yeah, yeah. Damn it. It was Binding of the Old Gods. All right. Finish me! Nice.